back. I'm Tedward. Welcome to my driveway where we're going to be taking this 911 back up to Garage 42 to swap out for the Honda. But almost more importantly, we are going to be reviewing and driving and photographing the 2006 Hummer H2 for Team Champagne Ninjas because he's going to be selling it on, I think, Bring a Trailer. So keep your eyes peeled for that if you're looking for an H2. The birds are chirping, the lawnmowers are out, and the pollen is prolific. Never, ever, ever buy a black car. I think this is the color car you should always buy if you can, because you can't see any of the dirt on it. Pretty impressive. But let's get this thing started up, and one of the reasons why I'm bringing this back to Garage 42 is because I'm getting new tires. These, boy, oh boy, I bet the date codes, oh, you're not gonna like this. No, they have 2017 date codes. So we've got some Bridgestone Potenza Sport Evos coming in that I'm quite excited about. Let's get you warmed up. I'm very happy to commute in this today, and it's not too hot. Move this. Our garage is full, so there's no way for me to keep this thing out of the sunshine while it's home, but, you know, that's what Garage 42 is for, because 99% of the time this thing is sitting indoors in a lovely climate-controlled area, which helps it survive. Where is my phone? There we go. Okay. The cage in the back really ruins the space, but it's nice to have, I suppose, safety-wise. And let's see, the only thing that's annoying about this car right now is there's like a tiny little crack in the dashboard here, just a little baby one, and it's just, you know, just how, it's just what happens. You can only prevent so much. I'm not gonna get all teary-eyed over spilt milk. You gotta drive your cars. Oh, the pollen, terrible. I always try to be especially nice to this thing on the warm-up. Low load, relatively low revs. There's probably 11 liters of 20W50 in this thing. So it takes time to get all that oil thin and warm and happy to go and do all the good things you want to do with your air-cooled 911, but until it's warm, you gotta be patient. This car makes all kinds of sounds just because it has spherical bushings, everything's solid, all the mounts are just, you know, there's no rubber in this car. It's all just like direct mounted, so you do get some road noise, but it's not rattly, it's just harsh. Great color. I've been thinking about this car in terms of paint. You know, it's very swirled. It's got thin paint. I know the front of the car, basically from like the leading edge of the door forward, has been repainted, and it's just black. I mean, this is not going to be a difficult car to paint if I wanted to. And I would have Mike's Auto Body do it, who did my Lexus hood, because they're just incredible, and they work on ridiculous cars. So for them to take this and do a spray on a black G model is like, yeah, that's nothing to them. But there's also a piece of me that's like, what's the point? Because if the car is, you know, too nice, am I gonna drive it less? So I may just kind of leave it the way it is and accept that maybe it's just a little ratty. Maybe there's swirls. Maybe I don't have to be obsessed with everything. Because the second this gets painted is the second I start analyzing it every time I take it out. And I'm like, oh no, is that a new scratch? Or when we dried it, did we introduce any little micro swirls to it? I mean, God, I just don't want to live that life. And there's a part of me that's just happy to drive this down a dirt road right now because I don't care. But I think I've told you this multiple times. There's a curse with this car. Traffic moves half speed when I take this car out. I get on this on-ramp like every day at this time and I rip onto it. But today's the day I take the 911. So we have to drive 3 miles an hour behind a Corolla who has to stop at a yield sign. And we just have to be prepared for it. Yeah, easy does it. Let's get onto a major interstate at 20 miles an hour. We got some heat in this oil. It's honestly probably good to have traffic right now, so that way I don't accidentally attack an off-ramp, forgetting that these are 9-year-old tires. Do is I'm gonna go straight through here. One of my courtesy things I do as a driver, if there's a straight lane and a straight and turn lane, I usually stick to the straight only, because then I'm not blocking a line of traffic like this guy who can turn on red. So like if there's 10 cars behind him, see, this guy doesn't care. He's just like, whatever, it's my road, it's my time, forget everyone behind me. But I do like to try to let traffic flow if I have the opportunity to do it. This says 40. Yeah, all right, good. So Speedo's a little optimistic. Good on our end. Just like driving this thing now. I think when I bought it, I was young and dumb and I just wanted to rip on it all the time, and then I kind of thought, well, if I'm not going to rip on it, what's the point? So I stopped driving it a lot because it just felt like, well, if there's just not the opportunity to really send it, why would I take it out? But now that I'm a little older, a little wiser, I do think that there's just value in cruising in it. And I love that there's just no radio. There's this blank spot here. Used to be the radio, but there's no speakers in the car. Everything was kind of stripped down for weight. Oh, of course we find a guy with a leaf blower who's gonna coat the inside of this car with pollen. Dude, it's a futile effort. You're not gonna win here. but not having the distraction of a podcast or a playlist of music, like, just kind of puts you in tune with the car. You're always listening and enjoying, and I find it really relaxing. And this car, even as racy and crazy as it looks, it's pretty comfortable. These Recaro pole positions have fantastic lumbar support. They're kind of as close to the Type R seats as you can get. In fact, I feel like they have more support for the back than the Honda. So these might be more comfortable than the Honda seats, which is tough to get to. I still don't feel perfectly dialed into my own car right now. Like, my downshifts are like just a hint off. Just a hint. I'll get there. It's embarrassing when you're missing rev matches by 50 or 100 RPM on your own car. There we go. That's the stuff. And while I should let you guys just engage and ask questions that I know you're going to ask, it's good for the algorithm. I'll just tell you, anytime you see that orange light, that little arrow, it's facing that way just because the tach is rotated, but there's an orange arrow in the tachometer. That's just an upshift light. It's just a silly thing to say, like, hey, you could be saving fuel right now. Nobody cares about saving fuel in this car, but here we are. There it is. So no, it's not an oil pressure light. Like, dude, the number of messages I get, they're like, oh my God, you're gonna kill that engine. It has no oil pressure. Like, there's literally an oil pressure gauge right here, so you can tell. And there is an oil pressure light, it's just over there. So, relax everybody, it's cool, man. Surprised at how fast this car actually is. I mean, it's light-ish, but there's such a temptation because of the gearing to just like let it rip and wind out second. But it's kind of like in a the GT4, like a 981 GT4. Second gear is like 80, 86 miles an hour, and this car is similar in that regard, where second gear is actually a bit faster than maybe it needs to be. So the urge to wind it out is there, and it's so eager to do it. But when you do it, you are putting yourself at legal risk because if anybody sees you, it doesn't look great, and they're gonna hear your attempt anyway. It's not like the Honda where you probably don't even hear the exhaust. This car, it's like all of the intention of speed is audible. Another successful journey to Garage 42, man. This place kind of feels like the safe house in Grand Theft Auto or something. You went out, you did all your crimes, you roll back in here. Oh, the Honda's clean, so sick. All right. Oh, I love this place. I can't wait to get the new tires. I can't wait to see this thing looking pretty clean too. That should be fun. And we got the new guy. We've got Derek in there. And there's the chimney. All right, guys, I gotta go work. I am gonna park this up. Thank you guys so much for watching, liking, commenting, and subscribing. Don't forget to respect the drive, and I'll see you in the next one.